Yo, it says welcome back. This Friday might just be the day Battlefield fans need to watch a little bit closer. A brand new Battlefield Labs playtest is coming, and this isn't just some routine update. This one is the 17GB patch update we have seen from leaks last week. It's gonna be a really big playtest. And it's not some backend week, that's the size of something serious, and today I'm breaking down why this could be a huge step toward the Battlefield 6 reveal this summer. Electronic Arts started sending the invitation emails yesterday. Here's a sample of one on the screen. I took this one from Reddit. Naturally, as EA is sending the invites, everybody goes to Reddit and immediately breaks their non-disclosure agreement. So if you get an email, guys, don't share it with anybody, because email and the content of the email are also included in the non-disclosure agreement. So they can literally ban your account for sharing the invitation email. Don't do that. You also have to check basically all your folders in your email for the invitation. Some people have reported it comes in the promotion tab. Some people said it comes in the spam folder. You have to check everything because it can get stuck in some of those folders. After you have registered for the playtest, you will get a separate email with a Discord invitation link. Now this is the important part, guys. You cannot play Battlefield Labs unless you also join the Battlefield Labs Discord. This is why it's important when you do register for the actual playtest after they have sent you the invitation email that you also fill in everything within the Discord email contents as well. That email comes usually 1 or 2 days after you have registered for the test. So let's say you register now, today, Monday, you might get the invitation for the Discord tomorrow or like super early Friday before the tests are happening. I have included a couple of screenshots from Reddit so you can see that Discord is really a requirement and you cannot play the game without it. Many people have problems with that. So I just wanted to prepare you so you're ready for Friday in case you get the invitation email. So there you go. So why is this playtest so different? First, it's the first Battlefield Labs update we have seen in weeks. There's basically been no public updates, no teasers from DICE. Things have been very quiet since that massive playtest that happened on May the 23rd when everybody played for 3 days. And now out of nowhere, a 17GB test is scheduled, and Battlefield Labs has recently changed their name from Battlefield Labs Pre-Alpha to just Alpha now. That's usually the size of maps, assets, possibly even game systems being tested within that 17GB patch. And when tests this size pop up, that usually means something big is getting locked in, something that's almost ready to show. We don't have any leaks for the patch notes yet, but with a file this size, it's safe to say this could include major gameplay changes as well. So perhaps this Friday, they might be testing class lock weapons and maybe server browser as well. If you were holding up your candles for that, I think this is one of the final times there is a chance for that ever happening. As we're getting closer and closer to this reveal, once they reveal the game, it is usually very unusual that DICE changes their mind of a core feature. So this playtest I think is very important if you are a person who really is bothered by non-class lock weapons and server browser not being included in Battlefield 6. As the time passes and we have more and more tests being lined up and it just being the same thing over and over, like the non-class lock weapons and matchmaking, I think it's safe to assume those systems are here to stay for good, and perhaps they might just include some tweaks in the future, but the systems, the core systems, will most likely remain. In my yesterday's video, we covered the new character models for all 6 subfactions. Now there's a leak from 1BF, the Telegram group, who claims that Vanix said that new Battlefield Labs build also now has the addition of new fighter models for single player and new voices for soldiers. So now we're gonna see if the voices will fit all the 6 subfactions. I think in many aspects, for me personally, the voice acting is more important than the actual model themselves. I mean, can you imagine if McKay sounded a little bit different? I wouldn't mind that he looks like a goofball if he sounded a bit more serious rather than the way he sounds in Battlefield 2042. This is like a perfect example of where voice acting really needs to be nailed. Oh, and here's something else you don't want to miss right now. Every Battlefield game is on a massive sale across many platforms. Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5, you can pick this up for just a few bucks. And yeah, you already know what happens when this goes down. Their servers get absolutely packed. If I was to recommend you a Battlefield game to pick up from these, I would say get Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 because those seem to be the most active Battlefield game via Steam charts right now, and that's just Steam charts. On Origin there's probably even more players, so it's super easy just to find the server on both of those games and just enjoy and have a very good all time. I will say that with Battlefield 5 there seems to be a lot more cheaters than in Battlefield 1 and any other Battlefield games that are on this list, so I will give you a heads up that you will have to find a time zone when it's best for you to play Battlefield 5 when all the cheaters are not online. I personally have found that time zone for myself, so when you guys are seeing Battlefield 5 content as background gameplay, it's usually on those time zones that I'm playing. The other games, Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4, are of course great games, Battlefield 3 being my favorite Battlefield game of all time, and it's the Battlefield game that I have the most hours in. I will say though that those games are very hard to play because there's only a few servers left, and the admins are very, very unforgiving. You kill them a few times, they immediately ban you. Though I will get some footage because I will get an account myself. This is why I love these Battlefield servers. I invest a couple of dollars and I have brand new accounts where I'm not banned on, so I can farm the admins for a couple hours before I do get banned and get some footage for you guys. The game I would not recommend getting here because there's only one server which also just bans you if you're like half decent at the game is Hardline. If you already have Hardline, then obviously you shouldn't buy it. If you never had it, you can buy it for the single player if you really enjoy this type of thematic single player with the cops and robbers type of theme. You're a cop basically in the entire single player. This is gonna be the only spoiler I'm gonna give you. But for the multiplayer, it's pretty much that, at least on the computer side. If you're a console player and you're still playing Hardline, can you let me know in the comment section if the game is popular at all on the consoles? And if you guys have been enjoying the content so far, I would really appreciate if you would leave a like and a comment for the algo. If you're new here, consider subscribing as well for Battlefield 6 news, Battlefield gameplay, Star Wars Battlefield gameplay, and everything related to EA and DICE games. And thank you so much for your consideration, it really means a lot to me. What really surprised me, guys, is what is happening over at Steam top sellers. You can see Star Wars Battlefront 2 is in top 10 on Steam, which is absolutely incredible. This game is so fun to play, guys. If I was to recommend you one game, you should get from DICE, the old DICE, which has the extreme DICE polish, incredible immersion, especially if you're a Star Wars fan and you just want to have a very casual but a very fun game, I would say get this one. On top of that, right now, it's breaking all records for its player numbers. Even Insider Gaming posted an article here, you can see it. Star Wars Battlefront 2 smashes all-time peak as players demand Battlefront 3. Right now, the game has 35,000 players on Steam and maybe like say 20,000 on Origin. You get queues instantly, you're in any match you want to play on any faction, on any map. So this is going to be the DICE game I would recommend you to get, especially if you never played it before. It does have a little bit of a learning curve, how to play against the heroes and some of the vehicles, but overall it's a very casual game. The admins are not going to ban you and harass you, it just has solid matchmaking which just works and the teams are generally quite balanced. So I would say give that a try, it's very cheap right now and it's very active. So if you've been thinking about playing Battlefield or Battlefront 2, right now with all the sales, it's the perfect time. I want to give you guys a channel update about what I'm planning to do in the next couple of weeks. The first big thing is that I'm planning to invest a considerable amount of money into getting a real audio setup. I'm gonna get a €500 microphone, I'm gonna get a very good interface, some XLR cables, a stand and all those things. I have been doing these videos now for 7 months on a €60 microphone that has some very cheap stand, and I want to move on from that now that the channel is growing and we are doing very well and I have a lot of people who really enjoy my content. I feel responsible that they should also have good audio. And while many of you are okay with the audio I'm having right now, I feel like it can improve. So I'm very excited for you guys to hear how I sound once I have the audio setups in. It's also going to improve the editing time. With the cheap microphone, it comes always the obligation of me editing my voice in post in Premiere, which also takes a pretty considerable amount of time. Even when you know what you're doing, it takes a long time to do this. With a very good microphone, generally you don't have to do a lot of editing when it comes down to cutting off some of the annoying voices or weird voice cracks and so on. So hopefully as the time goes on with those microphones and I get better with using those super expensive setups, it's gonna be much more better viewing experience, hopefully also on mobile and all the platforms. The second thing I'm planning to do is to bring back my question and answer series I used to run back in Battlefield 4. The way it worked was I would post a video and you guys would ask me a couple of questions. For example, what is your mouse? What is your keyboard? What is your this? How much sensitivity do you have in Battlefield 4? This type of Battlefield related questions, I would pick the most interesting ones and answer them in a very exclusive video just meant to answer those questions. So to be those type of Q&A videos. If you would like to see those, then let me know down in the comment section. I'm thinking about doing those on days when we are not covering Battlefield 6. So let's say Saturday or Sunday. Some of those dead days when you guys are not doing anything and there's nothing to do on Battlefield. With that being said, guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching this video and a little bit of Star Wars Battlefront 2. If you did, then please consider leaving a like and a comment for the algo. If you were new here and you like me as a creator, then please consider subscribing as well. And I'll see you guys before Friday for sure, but on Friday for sure, because there's gonna be, of course, a million leaks with this new Battlefield Labs update. Until then, take care and see you then.